Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet and of YouTube. Welcome back to Final Fantasy Chronicles of Eno. I am your host and game master, as always, Skajarmas, otherwise known as Tone Shift, and with me today we have our full cast of players. We have Hades Shadow 92 playing Thanatos, the male human Dark Knight.
No.
Okay. We have Lumina Starlight playing Rocket, our female cyborg chocobo warrior.
Hello.
We have Darkness playing Alistair, our male human paladin.
Hey everyone.
And last, but certainly not least, we have Tom117Z playing Neothil, our female Elvon ranger.
There was a cat.
And speaking of cats, I will be controlling our NPC party member, Mika Solwyn, a female Mithra red mage. And so...
She's less of a little shit than the other one I was talking about.
Oh, you know, I should probably set myself to Do Not Disturb on Discord while we're at it.
We came home to a bird that had been very much eaten. Just in the house.
I mean, that's just what cats do.
Yeah, still, I had to clean that up. It was like a spine, a head, and some wings.
Oof. Yeah, that's fugly. Anyways.
And they were still fucking hungry, the little shitbags.
I mean that wasn't food. That was sport.
They ate it. It was food. It weren't in their bellies. They're always hungry.
Plus, they do it as a sign of approval to their master.
Yeah, that too. It's like they bring it to you as like a gift. Like, look what I found.
If Mika ever brings home a dead bird, he is buying a spray can.
Oh my god, that just brought into mind the worst possible image of Mika coming home with a dead rocket.
And
why would your mind go to that?
Actually,
you mentioned that.
Actually, before that, my mind went to her coming home with a dead phoenix and Rocket watching from the background with murder eyes.
You said Dead Rocket, and I immediately thought of Thanksgiving for some stupid reason.
Oh no!
That's...
Who left? Who left? Who was that?
He bailed, Todd. He bailed.
So here's the
That
reaction.
me up.
So here's the question: in Eno, instead of turkey, did they eat chocobo for Thanksgiving?
No!
I will beat this call again. Don't think I'm fucking wrong.
I mean, I'm sure there are some cultures somewhere, maybe on Mizastal, where chocobos are sometimes eaten. I mean, there are cultures on Earth that eat horses. It's probably a thing somewhere. I just haven't established it yet.
Do chocobos eat meat?
No, they're herbivores. Anyway. Well, maybe red chocobos, but that's neither here nor there. So, anyways, let's get on subject here. Jesus Christ. This group is so
way
fucking...
to open this. Yeah.
We have so much chaotic energy. So, where we last left off.
Cracking.
Yes, our intrepid band
As always, they be cracking me up.
May I finish?
And
No.
Anyway, so, where we last left off, our intrepid band of adventurers descended into the great volcano at the edge of the habitable world of this continent in search of Ifrit's fire crystal of darkness. They descended into the Hellfire Pit, having reunited with their long-lost companion Rocket, and after numerous difficult encounters with the various supernatural and physics-defying elements of this deep underground, subterranean, lava-filled hellscape, they came to a series of stepping stones across a lake of lava, with a seemingly frozen corpse encased in crimson crystals not far away, and curious to see what could be found on said corpse, they started to freeze sections of the lava lake with Mika's magic to reach it. But after stepping out far enough into the lake, a tentacle covered in reddish scales reached up and began to attack them, followed shortly thereafter by an entire magma kraken. And, they managed to inflict it with the status condition zombie, which is very inconvenient for it. But, regardless, it is at this point that we shall enter combat. So,
Remind me of a few things. It has zombie. Last time we shot the tentacle of water and ice. What was its resistances and weaknesses again regarding those?
Give me just a second to get to the right playlist. There we go. Because this is technically a notorious enemy. Okay, so. Let's see here. So these things. I opened the wrong stat block. This one. So you were able to discern that it takes double damage from ice, as I so recall. And it has very high magic armor, but relatively low physical armor.
And what was its water reaction? It had none.
None. It was all ice.
Because
I mean, you know, it dwells in liquid, so.
I don't remember whether I tipped my arrows or not at the end of last session. I don't think I did. I think we killed it in one round, didn't we?
I mean, you screwed up one of its tentacles. It still has another one way off the airways.
And talking about the tentacle, it's fine. So I'm gonna need to tip my arrows. So Nee's doing that. She's switching to ice arrows this turn. Mika, freeze that other tentacle.
Alrighty then. In that case, Mika.
So it can't come over here.
Well, let's see here. Can Mika even reach it from here?
I see, that's pretty far distance.
Yeah, she can reach it. She can just reach it, so. It's within 3 medium ranges, so it's within a long range. And as such, Mika will expend... Well, magic doesn't really hurt these things a whole lot, so...
I was saying freeze it as in, like we did to the first one where it can't move. By freezing it in place, the lava.
Well, she'll have to get to it first. So she can get to about there, hopping across that gap, and then she'll expend 20 MP to cast Blizzara in a intuitive magic situation to create another platform upon which you guys can jump and move.
So, yeah. Problem is, I remember that tentacle can move and it can grab us. So if we can just freeze it over there, so it doesn't bother us over here, we can focus on the body. That's great.
All right, and that is Mika's turn. I should probably pull up that. Okay. All right. All right. So the rest of you, what y'all doing?
Well, I've already used my long-range attack, and I don't really want to waste magic on it if this thing doesn't take much magic damage. So, let's see here.
You could try and... You can probably make it within melee, just about.
I mean, can I do melee from there?
If you can... At present, it is just within 0.3 of a medium range. You know, it is within a short range of that platform. So if you can get to that platform, yes, you can thwunk it.
Well, I'll have to take my whole turn just to get over here, so I'll just go ahead and just use all that for my movement.
Indeed. Speaking of which, I need you to make me an athletics check, please.
Oh, yeah, that is quite of a long gap, isn't it?
Yeah.
Athletic. Well, it's a good thing. Apparently, Thanatos is very athletic for a guy in heavy armor. Hopefully.
Oh yeah, you clear that gap, no problem. Woo. All right, so that's Thanatos' turn. He used his full turn to get there. Alrighty. Alisar is currently covering Mika.
But I'll probably also shoot Kiraga at it, since, you know, if I recall, zombie causes it to take damage.
Yeah, and the healing actually does damage to it.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Yep.
I need to actually double check something when it comes to zombie real quick to see if that will be impacted by magic armor or not. I don't think it does, but I just want to double check. Negative status condition. Zombo. Oh, we lost someone. But as it is, it doesn't say anything. Okay, as it is, it doesn't say anything about armor or magic armor for zombie and restoratives, so it just does full damage.
Lovely.
So now that gets around the magic armor.
What? I had a brief internet glitch. What did Alistair do?
He's gonna
So
cast
he's-
Kiraga on it.
And
Ah.
and since the whole zombie deal, it isn't affected by magic armor.
Yeah, curatives aren't affected by magic armor the vast majority of the time, so this will just do full damage.
Nice.
Roll
Continue off where I last left off. Give me a mo. Let's do this. Plus, and it's 8 times on a single target, if I recall.
Yep. Oh, I do believe I can double check. For
Ahead.
you, white magic. Kira. Guys, yes, times 8.
And check my sheet of how much mind I got for a reminder, because I don't want to throw this and I did the wrong result. Yep, that's correct. Good, good, good. This thing's gonna hurt.
Hopefully.
Right.
Who would have thought the one time I tried to use the zombie thing, and it actually works out pretty good.
And unintentionally
Gee.
on a bigger thing.
Usually big things like this are immune to shit like that.
All right, which thing are you attacking? Are you attacking the tentacle or the main body?
I'd rather
Well-
try to go for the main body.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So, the rest of you watch as Alistair points his staff towards the magma kraken. It flashes with green light, and these series of green stars that you've long perceived as being these signs of a imminent return of strength and vitality flies towards the creature. And for this brief instant, your instincts and reflexes are screaming at you to scream at him, "What are you doing?" But then you remember the greenish purple miasma hanging and pouring out of its skin like this sickly mist machine. And as the green sparkles reach the kraken and start swirling around its head above the lava, it thrashes violently, and you can hear this gurgling, bubbly sort of roar of agony as you see these various lacerations and sores and little bits of its skin and outer fleshy hide starting to dissolve and split open, letting equal parts black, goopy, decayed stuff and just pure lava blood just comes spilling out all over its form. It ain't
Cooked
happy.
Kraken, anyone?
All right, so that was Alistair. That leaves Rocket and Neothil.
No,
I've done
he's
my thing.
already done it. Rocket and Velmarak.
All right. Very well then. So then, Rocket, what are you doing?
I guess attacking it. Hold on.
Alas, you're not close enough to attack it on your turn. You can
Oh.
get into melee range, though, with your movement action. I give you double up on your movement actions, and it is worth noting, thanks to your Defy Gravity ability, you can clear that big gap there, no problems.
Okay, so I'm gonna move closer to it.
Okay.
I forgot that Rocket just doesn't care about laws of physics.
Yeah, she can just defy gravity straight up. So I do still need you to make an athletics check to cross that, but go ahead and just... let me double check your sheet so I can remember the specific bonus you get to that, because it's not an insignificant one.
6.
Okay, yeah. So go ahead and roll that and add +2 from Defy Gravity.
And that's a medium range. That
That is just barely enough. So, like, something's distracting you as you're making that jump rocket, but with a few quick flaps of your wings and, like, a little poof from your rocket boosters, you manage to cross the gap and come to a hard landing right behind Thanatos, just shy of the lava. Like, you can feel it sort of singeing at your tail feathers a bit. And with that, it is to
Remember,
Velmarak.
Rocket, the floor is lava.
God fucking damn it.
That's what I said last time.
Yeah, you did. All right, so, Velmarak, not having a whole lot of options right now, is going
Does he have
to...
a ranged attack?
He does not have any means of ranged attack. He is a purely melee fighter, so he is going to come up to Alistair, glance over at him, and, if you'll give me a second... What?
Toss
You go
him.
Toss me. You go toss me.
Jump the distance out the toss.
No, he is going to use Stalwart Guard on Alistair.
And that does...
Velmarak sort of puts a hand on Alistair's shoulder, and suddenly the series of blue hexagons rise up around him in this sort of cylindrical barrier before evading from view, and Alistair is given the benefits of Protect for the next 4 rounds.
Like Alistair needed to be more...
Thank you.
Bullet sponge is spongier. Michael calls SpongeBob.
A little bit of extra cushioning never hurt anyone. And with that,
Indeed.
it is to the Kraken.
This is not in a good mood at the moment.
Oh, very not. It's going to come up here. And let's see here. It was Thanatos that inflicted it with the thing, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm quite proud of it, too.
Okay, give me a second. I just need to whip out my calculator. You'd think I'd have all this shit already out.
That's not a good sign.
I always have to have my calculator out in this damn game.
I just have opened another tab.
Either way, the
So what should it
Kraken...
be doing to me?
So, as the Kraken comes up, it suddenly rises up out of the magma waste, pushing itself up to sort of stand upright on its tentacles until you can see its beak in its underbelly sort of clacking. And the beak peels open.
Helicopter.
What? Okay.
Helicopter going overhead noise.
And as it comes up, its beak clacks a few times, and you see this orange glow from within before it spits a big wad of magma at Thanatos.
Excuse you?
It is going to me.
Did it just yak at me?
It just yacked at you. And it rolled a 16 to hit at that.
I mean, you said you like pain, so there you go.
And what is your armor?
That is an excellent question. I haven't looked at it.
I believe it's 35, isn't it?
No, sir. It is 50.
It is?
Yes.
Huh, okay. It's higher than I remember.
It's tier... It's either tier 4 or tier 5. I can't remember what we got.
Either way, that's still 131 points of damage.
Tis but a scratch.
So this big wad of magma splats against you, but you're able to sort of scrape it off before it burns you too much. Meanwhile, its free tentacle is going to quiver slightly and then duck back beneath the surface of the lava and vanish from view.
And as an addendum, I'm pretty sure it's tier 5 because we upgraded all our armors and borrowing my main weapon to tier 5.
Okay, so that's why it's 50. Okay. So
And you have heavy armor, so you're good on the physical, less on the magic.
Quite.
I mean,
All right, and with that, it is back to the party's turn.
I'ma shoot it.
Alrighty.
As Nee does.
Ugh.
Nee, do you think she need to be a little bit closer? Oh, you could be right here on this peninsula here and shoot it.
I mean, I can shoot it just fine. I'm just wondering.
Oh
about
yeah,
the,
man. Yeah.
I'm just wondering about the melee. So I'm gonna shoot it first, and then I'm going to attempt to cross that gap for the dual wield melee.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot it first, just in case I fall for lava. I get cooked.
Shoot it!
And this is ice arrows. That's what I did last round.
Ice. The ice is nice.
The ice needs not come.
No!
Shit.
Tom,
Missed.
please roll me 1d6.
Alright. Well,
Oh no.
Good.
who am I hitting?
Roll your damage, please.
It's hitting me, isn't it? Or it's doing damage
Oh,
to you.
no.
Hold on.
I would probably say Velmarak since it was a 4, depending on if I know where he's going with this.
I don't want to roll damage, to be honest.
Well,
Do it.
tough. If you don't, I will.
Just do it, you wimp.
Nice.
97.
Nice.
Lumina, your armor score, please.
Oh,
Oh
Okay.
no! You shot the bird!
I didn't mean to. The dice made me.
This is a fine howdy-do.
Armor score. 25.
35, actually.
35?
According to this.
Hey, the sheet still says 25.
Odd. According to your armor score is just below your attributes. It's 35.
Go with the higher
Okay,
one.
I'll
Just
take
go with the
that.
higher one. Don't
Yeah,
rush
well,
it.
Yeah, let's just go with the higher one.
Yeah,
So
let's go with the
Rocket
higher
takes
one,
less
so-
damage.
So either way, so that is. So Rocket takes 62 points of ice damage. On the bright side, so on the bright side, Lumina, your butt's not hot anymore. So, what happens is, as Neothel's lining up the shot to try and get it, the Kraken in one of its eyes, there's this big little bubble of lava that sort of pops right at her feet, making her go, sort of flinch back. Her aim falters, and the shot gets fired off as she twitches on reflex, and you watch just in time, you look up as the arrow hits Rocket right in her bum. So
Not my
Rocket,
fault. Someone put lava in my way.
You're gonna get kicked so hard
Well,
after this fight.
Not my fault, someone-
And with that, I'm going to make the jump over.
Lumina, what were you gonna say?
At least it's not an arrow to the knee.
No, it's an arrow from the knee.
I'm not sorry anymore. Anyway.
Well, just be glad it wasn't a water arrow, or you would have done double damage to Rocket.
all right, you melee attack that. An 11.
Oh, that was a that's not what melee should be. The accuracy is 8. That is a mistype. Excuse me.
Well, it still hits, right?
An 11 wouldn't have. If it's a plus
Yeah.
8, though, it
You
would
meant
just
to
hit.
Just add an extra 3 to that. That's a typo.
It's 14. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Alright.
14 does hit.
Right. My accuracy is 8, not 5. That's several levels ago. Alright, so this is lightning. I don't want to do anything, but there you go. Oh, you a minute ago.
All right, so no elemental reaction to lightning, so it takes 77 points of damage total after armor calculations. So after shooting Rocket in the ass unintentionally, you quickly jump across the gap. Actually, I do need you to make an athletics check for that.
Alright. My athletics? No, my athletics is 5.
Okay.
Fuck you, dice.
All right, so I will say you do manage to cross the gap so that you can get off that attack because we already rolled it, but you kind of come up short, so your feet are in lava for a second before you manage to pull yourself out of it, like, and you take 72 points of unmitigated fire damage as a result. Regardless, as you come back up, you know, instant karma for shooting Rocket in the ass.
You're the one who made me roll that dice.
Either way, from your character's perspectives, not ours. Anyways, so after pulling yourself back up, you sort of as the Kraken is lowering itself back down, one tentacle reaching out for the platform, you give a quick slice from your dagger and knock it aside before it has a chance to get to you or your friends. All right, so that is Knee's turn, and what a turn it was.
Fuck you.
Alright, then. Tis time for the slicey slice.
Just making a list of out-of-context quotes. 18? Yeah, that'll hit.
Almost crit. Almost.
Just 2 away. You know, if you roll a critical hit, your accuracy checks, you get a 20. I just want to point that out. $90. All right, so that comes out to 55 points of damage. You sort of give Nia a look, and sure, she's all right as she comes up next to you. Her legs are kind of scorched now, but she seems to be fine. And so as the very tentacle she swapped is arcing back around, you give your scythe a little twirl and slaps it to the other side, sending another spray of goop around. All right, Alistair, 'tis you.
Probably do the same as last time, since it's still got zombie effect on it.
Indeed. Did you remember to subtract the MP last time you cast it?
I will do that now, which was quite a hefty.
Yeah, Kiraga ain't cheap.
It's
No,
60.
it ain't. It is 60, but it is worth it, because I'm doing damage to this thing.
All right.
Look at this. Alistair's actually doing damage.
So that would mean I have 2 more shots.
Pretty much.
You know what's funny? Normally we'd be kicking his ass right now for throwing cures at an enemy like this, but now it's actually doing more damage than us.
Yeah. The power of zombie. It's useful.
Second time, and here we go again.
Alrighty.
Second verse, same as first.
Second verse, same as the first. Now give me a stop so I can put him in a hearse.
I love that line.
I love Alexander.
Alexander Anderson.
Dark Saints.
Because it's fun.
My favorite movie. Fucking called it.
Called it.
I love Helsing Abridged. It's always amazing.
It's great.
There are so many lines in there I wish I could just freely quote.
I know.
But like in some company it's just not doable.
Again, 140.
Alright. Alright, so
Ouch.
immediately following Thanatos' little swipe of his scythe, another swirl of green light goes around the Kraken, and it is not happy. It is roaring and growling and thrashing about as more wounds just open all across its body. But it's still going. And with that, it is to Mika.
I wish we had haste, because then I could basically top myself up and just throw other spells.
You know, Mika has Kiraj. She can throw at it.
She doesn't have the MP for it, though. Kiraja costs 150 MP.
That is true.
So, that said, she will go ahead and yuck a Kiraga of her own.
That will also work. But
So that...
Can you imagine the damage that it would do to this thing? If she could throw the Kiraj?
Oh, it would be a lot.
She needs a top up. So a part of me wished I did give her a high ether, but oh well.
Next turn. Next round, well, it still has the zombie round on it.
Alright, so that comes out to 132 points of damage.
The only problem is I won't be shooting anything at it then.
Alright, so... And a second swirl of green light joins Alistair's and assaulting this thing with healing energy that's just ripping it apart. Now, that makes
How's it looking?
It's looking pretty hurt. it is now, I believe, to Velmarak, because I'm pretty sure everyone else is gone.
Yeah. Actually, Rocket has not.
Oh, she hasn't? Okay.
No, I mean I moved closer,
Okay.
and then I got hit in the butt with an arrow.
Yeah, you got hit with in the butt with an arrow at the start of this round, so you do still get to go, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, she can move closer and then kick it.
And I'm pretty sure last we checked, you were still in Ravager's stance.
Indeed.
Okay. Did you need me to switch to something else?
No. I'm
No.
just saying that as a reminder because that means that you're gonna deal some extra damage. Specifically, you're gonna deal like 30 points of unmitigated magic damage on top of your regular damage on a hit.
Okay.
Yes.
This thing chose the wrong opponents to fight. We ain't afraid of no Kraken. He fought a 5-headed dragon, for goodness sake.
You did fight a 5-headed dragon.
Mhm.
And the last remnants of said 5-headed dragon are what are causing you all this trouble right now.
Yes. I still feel sorry for Tiamat.
It's definitely an unpleasant fate she got.
Accuracy, I guess. 9999.
9?
We are not the mighty 9. That's critical roll. 18. Fuck yeah. Okay, you got him.
That was almost
Yeah.
a crit.
Nice.
Now rolls the damage, then we add the 30 to it after the armor.
Yes.
What? Okay. I can go with that. I'm gonna have to use a calculator. Okay.
So I just did the thing. If you're using your Sundering Claws, that would be 60 plus 2d6 for your base damage.
Yeah.
All right.
So 66 minus its armor, and then add.
It comes
30.
out to 61 damage total. So, Rocket, after seeing this healing light swirling around it, sort of shaking off the pain of having an arrow lodged in your butt, you quickly step around to your friends, come up, and sort of with a quick flap your wings, jump up and drive your mechanical leg into the spot between its eyes, sort of sliding it back a bit before touching down next to Thanatos. And with that, now it's to Velmarak.
Who can't really do anything.
I mean, unless he could top us up or he just wants to go in the fight, it's up to him. I mean, top up, I mean MP.
Okay, how athletic is he? Can he make the jump?
Let me check my notes. Did I give him any skills? I did not.
Does he even have any potions? That's the question.
He doesn't, but he can use stuff in your inventory if you will allow him to.
I mean, sure, I don't mind.
All right.
I say I either top up either Mika or me, but
Thing
Mika's
is, when-
probably the best one
when
because she
he's
has a much more
using-
powerful spell.
Thing is, when he's using the potion, he doesn't have the bonus from alchemy.
That
But
is true.
still, high ether should be enough for Mika at least, maybe.
He'll go
If he
ahead and
wants to
he'll shuffle by you to get to Mika, and he will go ahead and use the one remaining high ether in her inventory on her.
Oh my, I need to. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this dungeon has been a drain on your guys' resources, is what it's been.
It's a good thing I got plenty of resources if she ever needs more magic later.
Well, you threw Zoltea and a worm at us before we even got to the damn thing. It's been like boss after boss after boss.
And another boss, and another boss, and another boss.
I mean, the bombs weren't a boss.
I mean, the bombs, we had to use magic a lot more because melee hardly did shit.
And this one it ain't a boss, it's just a notorious enemy.
Yeah,
Which
it's
is a
very
mini-boss.
tanky, from what I can tell.
Anyways, so, at this point, with that, the tentacle is going to re-emerge.
Can I imagine? Yep, there it is.
Who'll be snatching?
Alright, so, first, the main body is going to make an attack roll.
Who will it be attacking?
We'll be attacking Thanatos.
Really hates you.
I think it has a grudge against me, guys.
Maybe.
Oh, you don't say.
Come on, man. Everything has a grudge against you. Does an 11
That is
hit?
true. Yes.
Okay, then. So that is another 127 points of fire damage to Thanatos as it yucks another wad of fire another wad of magma at you.
Well, it messed up one thing.
Yes.
Last Resort now is active.
And the tentacle basically has its pick of who it wants to snatch. It's going after Neothil.
Son of a bitch.
Bye, knee.
So, Nee, it's going to make an attack against you with its tentacle. A 14 to hit.
Of course, missing is a very rare instance nowadays.
So that doesn't actually hit you?
No, it does. I'm saying that missing is a very rare instance. I don't remember the last time a miss happened. I'm pretty sure was Tiamat. When
Well, the last time a miss happened was when you rolled that critical fail, actually.
enemy on us. I mean,
Oh. Yeah. Either way.
enemies very rarely miss nowadays. Their stats won't allow it.
Yeah.
Short of a crit.
Either way. So, remind me, your armor.
My armor is 35.
So that is 135 points of damage to Neothil as it smacks you with its tentacle, and you need to make an opposed force check to keep yourself from being ensnared.
Come on, knee.
Force check. So
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Huh?
It doesn't
shit.
matter.
It's a crit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, Tom.
you get ensnared, and you are now held. While you are ensnared by this thing, you can no longer take movement actions. Melee attacks will suffer -4 penalty. You can use more force checks or escape checks to break free.
I feel like I used all of my luck on Warhammer Tabletop this week because that was a complete slaughter. All of our enemies just constantly failed and missed, and we annihilated them. And now fuck. Fuck you, dice.
All right, it's to the party.
I'm just calling this episode "Fuck You, Dice."
Doesn't he want to try to break free first?
I mean, it got a crit. I'm not beating it.
No, I
know,
mean,
but-
now that it's your
No.
turn, you can make a new contested check. Is the thing?
Does that take up my action?
Yes, it would take up your action.
Then I'm shooting its body. Fuck it.
All right, please remember to make a -4 penalty on your accuracy check for that.
'Cause, I mean, my force is only 4. I have a higher finesse.
You could also use an escape check, I said, but either way.
My escape is 3, so
He wants to shoot it.
All right.
What are these fucking dice today?
Damn.
I
Okay.
The dice do not like you today.
All right, so The shot goes wide and does nothing useful whatsoever. So at this point, Nia's just being flailed around by the tentacle, and you can hear her screaming, "Why can't I hit anything?" Very, very displeased elf girl. Hello, I'm an elf girl.
Noises. Displeased knee noises.
All right, that's a hit, Thanatos.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you. I'm not salty.
Not salty in the slightest, right? 140.
Nice.
And does this thing have any reaction to shadow?
Nope.
Okay, well then never mind.
Either way, that comes out to a total of 105 points of damage. As seeing it flailing around your best friend, you're like, oh fuck no, you bring up your scythe and you bring it down on the tentacle directly in front of you. And it is not too pleased, but this thing is definitely becoming increasingly hurt the more damage you do. It's getting pretty close to being no bueno.
I think rocket, kick it.
Speaking of no
Is it
bueno,
my turn already?
If you want it to
I mean,
be.
it can be.
Okay.
Yeah, party turns freeform. Whoever wants to go may go, and do their things. There's not really a set turn order.
Okay.
It's just good guys and bad guys. Rinse, repeat.
and dice.
That's
14. Yep, that's one more than you need.
then when you subtract the armor, I make sure to add 30 from Ravenger.
Comes out to 63 damage total. So, being quite done with this thing, you give another little kick, and this time you kick it in one of its eyes, and the eye just pops under the force of your kick. It roars in agony, thrashes its head, and sending you back to the platform with a loud as you land. And now there's just a stream of blood and black running down the side of its head.
Alistair, would you like to finish this poor thing?
Oh,
I was thinking that me and me could just shoot at the same time at it with our most powerful healing spell.
I say start with Mika. Let Mika do her big one, and then if he's still alive, finish it.
Oh, we both just shoot at the same time.
Do you want Mika to use Curaja?
Yeah, don't shoot it at the same time because you might waste unnecessary amounts of MP. Let Mika do it.
Well, actually, the thing about that is that actually Curaga, when focusing on a single target, does the same amount as Curaja. Curaja is just a group target. So she's just going to use Curaga again instead of Curaja.
Yeah, there's no point in wasting a whole bunch of magic.
Mika, do you want to save your knee?
What do you think?
Save her. Save the elf.
Right ahead.
So the only one who gets to bound Neothil is Mika.
Oh, my.
I'm surprised I'm not getting some kind of reaction from Tom.
I think Tom's just he's too salty.
He's too salty.
The
Alright.
only thing I thought when I heard that was you used is it your grammatical error? You said the only one allowed to bound me is bind in that situation.
I was like, he's so salty he can't even get over my bad grammar.
All right. So that comes out to 133 damage to the Kraken. It sags under the light that's assaulting it. It is very close.
Oh, so I guess I have to finish it then.
Alistair, you may...
Let my friend go, you Kraken abomination.
Abomination.
For you shall be cleansed in your own filth.
Cleansed in
Well,
holy
he is
light.
ever.
142 damage. How do you want to do this?
Well, let's see,
Calamari.
Calamari.
So I'm guessing it's like screaming in agony from the last blast, so I just want to
Catch
shoot
the
like
elf
Diago.
before she... Make sure to catch the elf because the dice won't save me because the dice are...
Rocket. Although, could Rocket just like fly in and save her while this is happening?
Just describe how you kill this thing first, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I imagine this
that-
thing screaming in agonizing pain, so as it's screeching with its beak wide open, I just shoot a frickin' Diago right in its mouth, causing it to explode from the inside.
All right, I mean, Kuraga, not Diaga, but either way.
Kuraga.
So you fire off. So yeah, as it's sort of thrashing about, screaming and rising up as if to really just go ham on this whole situation in desperation, you fire off one last shot that goes flying into its beak. It pauses,
Taste the light, motherfucker!
sort of tilts its head, and then you just watch as it just melts and dissolves into this bubbling pool that sizzles and spits and pops on the lava as it just spreads out against it in this big, black, disgusting mass. And the tentacle that's holding Nee just pops like a balloon.
Athletics check.
Yep, I need you to make an athletics check.
It would be
If it's
even fun.
another 1 and a 3, I'm going to take this computer and just... If there's fireworks outside tonight, I'm going to find one, strap my computer to it, and then watch it go.
That would be unwise.
Eat your computer.
Hey Tom.
Yes?
It'll be even funnier.
What?
If just the explosion, and just the explosion of this thing just sent her flying into Mika's arms.
She'd
Maybe.
be okay with this, considering everything. 10.
That is literally the DC you needed, so you just landed.
I'll take it.
So,
Just nailed it.
all right, so
That
As
little one bastard.
So as you feel its grip on you loosening, you're like, oh shit, you quickly kick off. Just as it bursts, you sort of go sailing, flopping a bit. It's not the most graceful bit of acrobatics you've ever done, but you do a little sort of forward flip. Mika's like, shit, stabs her tome into the ground, holds out her hands, and catches you just in time and almost topples back into the lava behind her, but Velmarak and Alistair quickly reach out, grab on, and steady the two of you.
Are you okay, Nee?
I'm just looking at my dice rolls. I got snake eyes, a 2 and a 4, which was a decent one, a 3 and a 1, another 3 and a 1, and then I didn't bloody bother rolling because I got critical.
Yeah, you kind of...
The dice do not like you today.
No, they don't, and I don't like them. The feeling's mutual.
All right, so,
Do we get anything?
yes. First of all, everyone gets a point of destiny for that. Rocket, you get 2.
Nice.
Because warrior.
Let's see here. The party also gets 15,000 gil.
And that's the communal.
Yep. Bringing your total up to 231,000. And
Right.
lastly, one vial of holy water. Ooh, and 4 high potions.
Those are going to Alistair.
Thank you. Are you okay, Nee?
I've been better.
Indeed. Although it seems we made quite the mess now, haven't we?
On the bright side, we have a clear path to the other side, and turns back towards the crystal. Let's see what's in this damn satchel. Better be worth it.
I hope so.
All right. So you all
Then we can
move,
find-
and gradually the effects of Protect fade from you, by the way, Alistair.
I've imagined that. Which after
Nah.
we retrieve whatever, I think we should get a little bit of top up on our health and MP.
Quiet, because I had a few burns. The thing really didn't like me.
Alright,
Okay,
so
you'll be fine.
extracting the thing from the crystal.
All right,
What
so
is it?
you make your way over to the red crystal, and you can see the body frozen inside, and you reach out and sort of just gently touch your hand to the crystal, and it briefly glows, and then just disappears, and the charred body falls to the ground with this dry, crackly sort of...
Lovely. And the intact satchel.
All right, searching through the satchel, you find a remedy, a phoenix pinion, and an elixir.
Nice.
Phoenix Pinion.
That's Phoenix down, but it restores our health too.
50%, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the
Nice.
last one I needed, or is that?
That's not a true Phoenix Feather.
The true Phoenix Feather is at the end of this place with
Yeah.
Ifrit, one would assume.
Yeah, Phoenix Downs and Phoenix Pinions are things that they're effectively recreations that use very tiny slivers of Phoenix's power, but are not, true Phoenix Feathers. They didn't come from her.
I have a question.
Yes?
Since I'm editing my sheet to add the new items. So if I use it on a fallen comrade, since it heals up like 50% of their health, would Alchemist do anything to it or no?
Which thing?
Pinion.
The
Opinion.
Pinion.
That is a good question.
It probably would, yeah. Alchemist just kind of does all that.
Then, alright, so Pinion and word I'm not going to say because there's a machine that's gone listening to me, to Alistair, and then the remedy to Mika. So.
I should point out, the elixir does basically the same thing no matter who uses it, because elixirs restore 100% HP and MP.
In that case, give that to Mika as well. So the remedy and that potion to Mika, and then Pinion to Alistair.
Thank you.
So whoever gets revived with that is back up to full.
Exactly. Instant heal.
All right. And with that, Mika's inventory is full. She can carry no more.
Noted.
Which we definitely need to discuss how much I'm allowed to carry, because what other potions did I get from the previous fight again?
Again, you got 4 high potions.
4 high potions. As in, I just get 4 highs. Holy crap.
And how many highs do you
4
have?
highs? You gotta go easy on those drugs, man.
I mean, he's the alchemist.
Small toss.
Speaking of, I'm taking...
I have
taking
8 highs.
Damn.
I am taking a normal potion.
Alrighty.
I basically updated the sheet on the whatchamacallit,
The roll 20.
the Wall 20 sheet. And yeah, I got quite an impressive load of potions now. I got 8 highs potions, 2 high ethers, need more ethers, 2 Phoenix Downs, 4 regular potions, 4 ether potions, and the newest addition.
I like how you list Phoenix Downs and Phoenix Pinions as FD and IFD when there is not a single F anywhere in the word Phoenix.
P, it's a P.
And
Anyway,
Don't question it.
alright, so in terms of potions, Thanatos could use a healing potion, Alistair could use a healing potion, and then Mika and Alistair could both use a normal ether each.
oh, don't worry, I got the heals covered since I got tons of potions.
Right.
So yeah, just one. Just give one normal potion to yourself and Thanatos, and then a normal ether to yourself and Mika, which would be 50% all around.
Mm-hmm.
Because of alchemy.
What's your poison, stranger? But anyway, let's see.
All right, so
I'm going to take a high ether. I'm going to give a high ether to...
if you have a regular ether, that's all Mika needs if you use it on her.
Right, you got
regular
plenty of-
ether for Mika.
All right.
And let's see, how much health would Thanatos and Nee get if I give them regular? And of
I mean,
course...
I've already taken a normal regular. I'm not far off health. I don't want any more.
I already calculated it for the regular potion, so yeah, I'm fine.
And what about Rocket?
Rocket's not really hurt. The only damage was from knee.
Yeah, nice
Yeah.
going.
Again, it's
What'd she
not
say?
my fault. Someone
Who
put
said
my
it's going knee?
Well, I'm definitely taking a high ether and a high potion. So let's see. We need to add how many potions I used up.
I think you can probably take a normal potion because that'll be around 301 anyway, and that would
That would get you back to full, yeah.
Yeah, so take a
Alright
normal
then.
potion, and then a high ether for you.
Okay. So, how many potions would that be all in
So
total?
2 regular potions, a high ether, and I think you gave Mika a regular ether.
Hmm.
So
And I'd definitely be taking a high ether.
quite. So like I said, 2 regular potions, 1 high ether, and 1 regular ether.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Alright. If I have a bloody inventory, there you are. Bye-bye 2 regulars. Bye-bye 1 high. And 1 normal ether. Okay. I'm good.
All right. So Alistair should be back to max MP, right? Or somewhere close?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I believe so.
So yeah, 75%. Yeah, you should be pretty much full.
Nice. Which I'm just tweaking the inventory still, making sure it's alright. Oof, I only have 1 high ether. That's brutal.
And let's hope from here on we have a much clearer shot to Ifrit.
Yeah, I imagine that's probably the big enemy in the area before we get to Ifrit himself. Hello, dog.
Hello, dog.
Zoltaire.
But I still got a high. Like, how many high? Yeah. I have 7 high ethers because I used 1 on me. Not high ethers, high potions.
So yeah, when we hit Ifrit, since we're going to need to knock him out, we're definitely summoning Leviathan, and I'm probably going to be using Blackstorm, since it's basically a Diablo's test run. What we're going to be doing here.
It's possible.
Works.
So
So, just need to add
You think
my
we're gonna need to
MP.
knock him out?
Not MP, HP.
oh, no, I'm gonna have to knock him down a peg a little bit.
Yeah, I think we'll just need to go like, hey, you sit down, behave. Zoltaire, that's not Phoenix. Beat her up for us.
One would hope we would at least try to convince him at first before we
I mean,
do.
we'll absolutely try, but knowing our DM, he's not going to let us get out of a boss fight with God.
Also, so I'm pretty much max HP now, right?
Also, yeah, this would be our first fight with an actual god.
If there is any chance of actually talking him down, assuming like it is just verbal manipulation from Zoltaire and he isn't being magically influenced in some way.
Yeah, that's my guess, is that it's basically manipulation from her.
Yeah, the question is like, if it's like just verbal manipulation, like he's just convinced that she is Phoenix somehow or something, then Rocket, you're probably our best bet of talking him down otherwise, due to the, you're basically the avatar of Phoenix by this point. And plus, just trying to convince him of Zoltaire's true nature. If it's like a magically induced manipulation, like he's somewhat brainwashed, then we're gonna have to knock him out of that brainwashing, because the words won't cut it in that situation. We'll find out in the next chamber beyond.
All right.
I also like one of us didn't take any damage at all, or even used any magic, except for the protect thing on me.
Although Vemrak couldn't really do anything.
All right. Well, so you moving on then?
Moving on.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So,
Scotch across.
So, moving on from there, you pass through that passage, and it leads into another long, winding tunnel. And you follow it for a time before it eventually opens out into another enormous chamber with this long, narrow bridge of stone. And to either side, there is this deep chasm that goes down. You dare not imagine how far, at the bottom of which is another lake of lava somewhere down below, and you can see rivulets and streams of lava flowing from little cracks and holes in the roof and the walls, flowing down towards that pool in the bottom. And the bridge is very, very long and narrow. And at the other side of this bridge, you can see these rising walls of magma that sort of frame this sort of magically constructed archway that leads deeper in.
Oh boy, a big bridge. Nothing could possibly ambush us trying to cross this.
Oh, please say it ain't gonna be like the Balrog and Gandalf scene.
He's going to kind of approach and go, alright, let's face this. The moment we try and cross this thing, something's going to jump out of the lava.
It better not be another Kraken.
You want me to try the little? You want me to try the little pest thing just to see?
As you're saying that, Neve, Velmar kind of comes up next to you. You've been doing this a very long time, haven't you?
I'm a little jaded by now, yeah. And maybe it's just this dungeon. It's thrown enough bombs and krakens and what else it has. Ifrit does not like being disturbed.
He never has. He never has.
So we're gonna try to cross her. Or you want to try the little pest thing? See if it.
Try and instead of your bat, try and make like what's the biggest creature you can make?
Well, it can be anything that's about as big as my fist.
Well, make like something as big as your fist and just send it across very visibly the bridge. Like no stealth, just across,
Okay.
making noise.
Hang on.
See if you can track whatever's in there. I'm gonna be ready with water arrows.
All right, guys, you need to help me. What's something that's about as big as my fist? That's the most annoying thing in the world.
I mean, budgies allowed.
Really small. Oh, I'm trying to remember what they're called. What are the at the beginning of the Shadowbringers trailer? What's that really small asshole sin eater?
Gremlin. That's a gremlin.
Yeah,
I
make a
don't
small
think-
gremlin.
Can I do that?
A small gremlin the size of your fist.
You can make like a gremlin with dwarfism.
Just make a gremlin with dwarfism, send it across talking shit.
Okay. Let's see how this goes.
All right, so there's this little swirl of shadowy magic in your hand. It crackles a bit, and then when it fades away, in your open palm, looking up at you with these eyes that are way too big for its round, yellow, sort of matted furred body, and this sort of beak-like mouth with just these tiny little forefangs sort of peering up at you with wide eyes and this gigantic fluffy ears and a long whip-like tail and just tiny stump-like clawed feet. A little gremlin that just looks up at you.
It's either that or removal.
I will probably just take this. Okay. All right, little buddy. Time to walk across there and be as annoying as possible. And he gives me a little salute, and then as he starts walking by me, he kicks her in the ankle.
Unperturbed because it's the size of a fish and it's against her armor. She just kind of looks down at it and looks back at him. Well, I guess I did ask for it, literally.
All right.
I
and
know
so-
one thing. I'm getting Kobold vibes from this.
All right, so as the little gremlin is starting to sort of move across the bridge, he starts to scamper and skip and frolic and dance across in this incredibly mocking way. And all the while, he starts to hum a little tune as loud as he can in that scratchy little voice that goes something like...
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what? I like the Kobold that lives for 11 days.
11 days!
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Been in here.
11 days!
How long do
is that-
kobolds usually live for? 11 days!
So,
Okay.
has anything happened to the little guy?
Well, as he's getting to the point where the bridge becomes its most narrow, there's this sudden sort of quaking in the ground beneath. And there's a sudden upswell of lava from either side of the bridge that quickly pools in front of it, creating this wall. And as it does, you see a face starting to
It's a
push
lava demon
through the
wall.
magma.
A lava demon wall. Good lord.
Oh, for Pete's sake, Tone.
What? Why? It's Ifrit. That's literally Ifrit on that.
That's
token.
Final Fantasy XIV Ifrit. But that's not what Ifrit looks like here. I just used that because that's the only thing I could find that even remotely looked right. By the way, at the same time that wall of magma arises, a similar one fills in behind you.
Are you?
Great. We're
And
surrounded.
okay, so we're trapped.
And it's starting to inch towards you. The wall behind you is closing in.
Are you?
You're just throwing more.
Motherfucker!
This whole dungeon. This dungeon is a boss gauntlet, not a dungeon.
I mean, this thing ain't a boss.
It's notorious enemy, right? This is notorious enemy after notorious enemy.
It's not even a notorious enemy. This thing's just regular difficulty.
Oh, in that case, I'm gonna shoot it dead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot it dead.
Does that hit?
A 14? Yeah, that hits. Its avoidance isn't
Alright, good.
particularly high.
I'm just saying.
The wall!
I'm also. You should say its avoidance isn't that high.
Its
That's a wall,
its
yeah.
avoidance is 10.
Oh, in that case, I'm going to also just disabling shot lower its accuracy. Then by
Okay.
2.
Alrighty.
Yeah, because like it'll not hit us.
Yeah.
If you lower target.
So plus 88 water damage.
Ice.
I load water arrows off because I used my ice arrows. Remember?
Oh yeah.
And I missed. I did clear one hit, just the wrong target.
Alright. Well. So. Hold up. I did my calculations backwards. 1 second. So that comes out to a total of 60 points of damage from your water arrows. It flies across and slams into it. It does take 50% extra damage from water, and you get the impression it has balanced armor and magic armor from that hit.
Noted. I'm moving closer.
Alrighty.
Yes, I believe we should all move closer.
It's time to approach this beast. For war.
I do not have the movement to get into melee range.
Well, your magic probably won't really do much, so you could always use both just to get there.
But mine compadre, you forget I
Thunderstorm.
has Night Sword.
All that too.
So activating of the Night Sword, I shall be attacking at a long range.
15 definitely hits.
Should I try to do zombie again, or should I just go for damage?
Up to you.
What do you think?
I mean,
Tom?
you could try. There's no harm in it.
I say just damage if it's just a normal enemy.
Yeah, it's just a normal enemy.
Also, is the gremlin dead?
Oh yeah, it was incinerated.
That's why we didn't.
Please, little bugger.
Poor little guy.
Alrighty.
And what does that come out to?
Is that any form of elemental damage?
Nope.
Alright, well, then in that case, that comes out to a total of 34 points of damage.
34, so it has...
It has 55 armor and 55 magic armor.
Jesus, this thing is tanky.
It's balanced for its level. Either way, so, you give your scythe a quick little spin, fire off the crescent of energy that flies across and strikes against the front of the firewall. There's this sort of pulse. It lets out this low... but it stands firm. Alright, so, Alistair and Rocket, you two still need to go.
Which is a question. What I have to do?
It's up to you what you do.
I mean, you can move up here with us because the wall behind us is closing in on us.
Be a start.
Yeah.
As for anything damaging, I don't know what really you can do.
Astra's a once a day thing, isn't it?
Yeah, which I'm saving that for final, boss
yeah,
battle.
that's good.
I don't want to use that yet. Thank you very much. So I'm gonna move out. I don't know. Say here and cover knee.
Alright. And aside from that, we just guard, because I don't think your holy magic will do much.
Nah, I don't want to use my magic anymore since I have only one high ether left and a few normal ethers. So
just guard.
I'm just
and,
gonna
like,
have a defensive stance and just defend me.
All right, and Rocket.
So yeah, unfortunately, Rocket would have to use a whole turn to get into melee range.
Yeah, I would have to.
All right, if that be the
about there.
you can get about there, yeah. All right, so Rocket, you go sprinting forward, and that brings it over to Mika.
She can ice it.
Ice, baby.
Ice, baby.
The ice is nice.
Let me just double check something real quick.
Please tell me it takes double from ice.
I mean, it only takes double from water, doesn't it?
I said 50 from water.
Oh. So we shall see.
Well,
Mm.
I'm just double checking something. That would cost 3 points of destiny to do, so Mika will hold off on that.
Yeah, we want the destiny save for Leviathan.
Right. So, what Mika will do is she'll just cast Blizzara. And hope that that is powerful enough to actually do something here.
So she can use her mind instead of her power, right?
Yeah. So that'll come out to 86.
Minus the armor, and then whatever reaction it has to ice.
Yeah. That comes out to a spanking total of 46. Another slap of ice against the front of it. Or just a slap of ice as she sends a few icicles out from her tome book. It is displeased by this, but doesn't seem to respond all that negatively.
Plus 50%, or...
Yeah, I already did that.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking if it was plus 50%.
Yeah, it's plus 50% from ice.
And Velmarak will also have to take his whole turn to get into melee range.
What he'll do is he'll come up next to Rocket and use his Stalwart Guard thing on her.
Rocket must be protected.
Yep, so Rocket is now under the benefits of Protect for the next 4 rounds.
Neat.
Good.
And at this point, it is now to the enemy's turn, and the very first thing that happens is the wall moves up about... Hold on. From where it's at...
0.5 a turn. Oh dear.
To about there. Slowly creeping up on you. While the firewall itself, the enemy... It's going to, sort of, let me see, let me double check its abilities.
Can it move?
It cannot. It is immobile.
Okay, good.
So basically, we're hitting an impenetrable wall.
Well, it seems pretty penetrable.
Well, what it's going to do is, since no one's in melee range, it is going to use Hell's Curse.
Well, I don't like the sound of it.
It's attacking
Hell,
Velmarak.
this is gonna hurt.
Well, at least he's got the most hit points of all of us.
Hopefully they matter.
So that is a 9 to hit against Velmarak's avoidance, which is 12, so Velmarak manages to avoid it. So you watch as the firewall's eyes flash this red color. It presses a hand down on the ground, and this swirl of blackish energy rises up around Velmarak, but he's quickly able to back up out of it just in time to avoid a thorn of pitch blackness that rises up out of the ground beneath him before it dissolves
And
away
lo
into
and behold,
mist.
an enemy actually missed. Seems my disabling shot was worth it.
And it is back to the party.
I'm gonna shoot it again while getting into melee range as well.
Alrighty.
Shoot it.
15 definitely hits.
90 damage plus 50%.
Thank God that wasn't an accuracy check.
No, that was damage. It's fine.
So a total of 66 damage from that attack as you come charging in and bring your dagger across, or as you're charging in, you fire off a shot, hit it in the chin. There's a flash of bluish energy. It is displeased. 16 hits with the dagger as you get into short range.
Lightning damage.
It has no elemental reaction to lightning damage, so that comes out to 55.
Yeah, I imagine a fire monster wouldn't really care for lightning.
Yep. So, you got off your 1-2 hits there.
Indeed.
Who next?
And I can get to about here. So I is in melee range. Oh! Me, you're a jinx. I'm right next to you.
Oh my god. We haven't seen critical rolls in a long time, and I am so happy to actually be getting these numbers.
No, that's the other series I need you.
Yeah, I mean like successes or failures. Like we haven't been seeing Snake Eyes or Boxcars at all for the longest times. It's so nice to see them again. So that is
Speak for yourself.
So what happens to me?
Go ahead and roll me 1d3, please.
Do I have to?
You do. If you don't, I will.
I'm getting deja vu.
Okay. That was the best result you could get.
1 is the best result?
It would have gone like this. 1. Your attack gets knocked harmlessly aside and your turn ends. 2. Your attack is knocked aside and you fall prone and the entirety of your next turn will have to be spent to pick yourself back up. 3. Your attack gets knocked to the other side and hits knee.
No.
But as it is, you rolled a 1, so your attack
sounds pretty fun.
Well, as it is.
Shit.
Well, as it is, you rolled a 1, so it just bats your attack aside and your turn ends.
God damn it. Wait a minute. Blade weapons have reliable.
Oh yeah.
So if I get one that misses, I can try again.
Let me just double check how that works real quick. You can reroll 1 attack per combat. So yes, you can reroll that.
Go for it.
That'll hit. Okay. That is the first time reliable has ever been used in this campaign, I am pretty sure.
Also, as a note, I take it these aren't fiends.
They are not, no.
Well, I'm not using...
Well, actually, let me double check. I'm pretty sure they're just arcanes. Yeah, these are just arcane creatures.
Well, I'm using my tier 5 scythe anyway.
Yeah, I was checking anyway because I shot it with Bolt Scorn.
Right.
That is true.
Alright, so that comes out to a total of 37 damage. It's looking pretty hurt. It's at about half HP.
Alright.
I'm gonna move in and hit it.
I was just gonna be bad at it.
Yeah.
His staff does not at all unimpressive damage. He uses his mind to calculate, so...
I mean,
Exactly.
that's actually true. It actually does something now.
I mean, yeah, remember way back in a frickin', like, your first dungeon when he one-shot an enemy?
Yeah, because
With his first melee attack?
Him in the air over the frickin' table and it flipped backwards.
Jesus Christ, that was almost 3 fucking years ago.
I know! 4... Boom.
I was unconscious that fight.
Yeah. You know,
Just
here...
love it. It's like,
No, I mean, like, not like your first fight, your first dungeon when you were underground in the cultist hideout. Alistair smacked someone with a staff and sent them into a backflip.
But yeah, do you guys remember our first proper combat, not including the sick guy, we just kind of won?
Yes, you got shot in the knee.
Yeah, the first crit of the campaign was on me on the first turn, after the entire fight, like an hour, just on the ground.
And the first,
I'll be honest, I thought it would be me.
and the first critical fail was Thanatos looking for rope.
Oh yeah.
I have this shit fresh in my head because my mother and I are listening to the campaign as we walk home from work each night now.
I mean that literally was 5 minutes into the first session. It was first roll. Well, second roll, actually.
And you guys
Yeah, it was like his second,
still
third roll.
won't let me forget it.
Of course not.
I
Anyways.
still have the rope.
It's still in your inventory. Nice.
Yep.
All right. And then, of course, he redeemed himself when Marasu sung. Anyways, so, Alistair, your accuracy
That's it.
check, please.
I'll do so. I just love how I just flipped that guy.
That
He
was great.
about to remove an arrow, and then he's about to take another shot, and then poof, I come out of nowhere.
Indeed.
It's like, nope.
Why has he been up there all this time?
So you must roll the accuracy if you have
Yeah.
any accuracy.
Of course I have accuracy.
Yeah, like paladins, typically speaking, are meant to be frontline fighters. Alistair's just playing him differently.
Yeah, but the problem is he focused on the shield and has ignored the sword.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it makes him one hell of a tank and a great defensive asset.
That is true.
Exactly. And now I shall roll, even though I have to double make sure this is right. Hang on. Is that correct? No.
Your
way.
accuracy
Yes,
is
there is.
7.
No, it is white. Shit.
Good. Roll.
Almost
Well,
crit.
Crit.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
Roll that damage.
So what tier is your weapon? Let me double check.
5.
Ahead.
The one from Scoffin Mel, so it's 5.
Yeah.
I'll be back in the bathroom.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, that'll be
So-
your mind times 5.
85.
Also, give me just a second. I need to double check something.
Okay. I
Oh,
will say this.
so you regain 50% of the damage you do with melee attacks as MP thanks to one of this weapon's properties.
But what?
Yeah, MP refresh is one of the Spike of Madness's properties.
Nice.
So Alistair will get back the little bitty MP that he hasn't gotten back yet.
Yeah, he can use melee attacks to regain MP. We should probably remember that.
Cheers,
I'm a
helpful.
tank.
Alright. Roll that damage.
Yep, your mind times 5
85.
plus 2d6.
Here comes 85 your way. Now 91, my door number.
All right, so that comes out to about 36 points of damage. And your MP is fully restored.
Nice.
Illumina, you're up.
Well, she's
at the bathroom, so we'll have Mika
She
go.
stepped away, so let's do Mika.
So yeah, Mika will come in, and just because, she wants to conserve her MP, I will have her use the, I'll have her use the Aquanomicon and make an attack roll of her own.
No.
Sword.
I will say this, my accuracy came a long way.
Yeah, everyone's stats have come a long way. So that's a 10, which is just what she needs to hit. So that will be her mind times 5.
Her mind. She fights with her mind.
Well, I mean, she's...
At this point, her melee attacks do as much damage as Blizzara.
The mind is strong with this one.
All right, so that comes out to 89 before armor calculations. So 89, 55. That's 34 that she does with her sword.
How's this thing looking now?
It's like in its last third.
Okay.
We're still waiting on Rocket, so we'll just have Velmarak go, and then we'll, if she's not back, we'll just have to wait on her for the rest of the way. So Velmarak will come forward, and he will use his Kolpesh and attack this thing.
Kolpesh.
That definitely hits. Comes out to 124 damage. Ouch.
Jesus.
Okay, I'm back.
All right, so
Hey.
after everyone basically comes forward and just starts beating on this thing like a barricaded candy shop window to get into the suites, it's looking pretty rough. It's starting to flicker a bit. You can see gaps starting to form in the lava wall. The only person left to go this turn is Rocket.
All right, Rocket. Kick
Break
this wall
down the
there.
wall.
Okay, is that enough?
Oh yeah.
15 to hit.
Came in like a rocket ball.
Get
Now
out.
it's rocket power.
Rocket power.
All right, so
Make a great toy commercial.
if
never
it
to
weren't
add
for
the 30
Ravager,
from Ravager.
so if it weren't for Ravager, that wouldn't have been enough. But with Ravager, how do you want to kill it?
What is it exactly? Like,
It's a wall of flames with a head and arms poking out of it that's harassing you and blocking your passage. But it's
Yeah,
starting to
that's
get kind of wispy as it's taking damage.
It's the
I'll
Final
smash
Fantasy
that
Demon
head in.
Wall.
Smash the head in.
Okay, so seeing your friends just wailing on it to wear it down, you sort of ruffle your feathers a bit, give them a little flap. Single pump from your rocket boosters, you sail up over your friends' heads and clamp onto its head, your claws digging into its horns for purchase. It thrashes around a bit, and then, with just the resounding downward kick of your mechanical leg and the squealing of servos pumping into overdrive, your foot cracks down into the top of its skull and pushes through. There's this spray of stone and obsidian and some other orangish fiery substance before the firewall lets out this pitiful death rattle and fades from view, allowing Rocket to touch down on the ground, no questions asked, in front of the party.
Well, if you need a career after this, a demolition service, clearly.
We already have.
anyway,
Upon which note, by the way, that magma wall is still approaching.
Let's go.
Move up, move up. Go, go, go.
Yes.
that's what I was about to say.
Yep, so
Vigor.
I hope there's not another one blocking our path. But let's go.
yeah,
I don't like
So,
the way
yeah.
you said that.
you all go marching your way quickly across, Velmarak sort of bringing up the rear. And as you're going, for a brief second, you think you see the stirrings of another of these things, but then there's a sort of
I
this
knew it.
low rumble through the volcano, and the magma withdraws.
Why do I feel like someone suddenly wants us to go through the next doorway?
I think Ifrit's finally decided to stop fucking with us and just see what the hell they want.
Well, let's not keep the big guy waiting.
All right, let me just cluster everyone up. By the way, at about this time, after running across the bridge, the effects of Protect will wear off on Rocket. So give me just a moment here.
I feel bad because that wall didn't even really get a chance to do any damage to us.
It tried to curse Velmarak, and it's a nasty curse. It just didn't get a chance to go off. And then you all bullied it.
Nyeh, 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 nyeh.
Nah.
Yes, that's my name. Don't use it in vain.
No, I thought you don't use blah in vain.
Oh, bois can never be in vain. Bois is just the bois, and it is the bois. What else is there to know?
So what
Well-
is through the door?
All right, so stepping through the door, you find yourself, as I said, in this long arch-shaped, completely straight tunnel that stretches on for a very long ways, with the magma rising up around you to sort of join up at the top center of the arch and just sort of vanish from view. It's like two mirrored images sort of being repeated and flown into each other on loop. The heat is scorching, but not to the point of being suffocating. And you continue on, making your way through, and eventually you come into a wide open circular chamber. There are numerous little rivers of magma that flow along the sides and across the floor. The walls themselves are made of yet more of this rising magma, and you can see poking out at various points from the lava rises these little plateaus and platforms, almost like a large amphitheater or the galleries to view a performance in the center of a grand hall. Like various, like verandas scattered about. And in the heart of it all, looming tall over you, in the center, at the heart of a big pool of yet more lava that is sitting blissfully still, you see the fire
The
crystal.
The penultimate
Ew, right?
crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Which begs the question: where's the big guy?
And where is Zoltea?
I imagine Diablos' Oxpecker isn't too far behind.
Can I roll an awareness to see whether the certain false bird is watching us anywhere or anyone else?
No, nobody understood what I just called her.
I didn't even hear it. Say again, please.
I said Diablos' Oxpecker can't be too far behind.
Oh my god!
What? I don't even know what that is, but it made me laugh.
An oxpecker is one of those birds that rides around on rhinos, picking ticks off their butts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It gets a little bit of hygiene
Where is
and
the
early
Oxpecker?
warning system from
All right,
behind
so
and defense.
13 for awareness, knee. Looking around this colossal chamber, at first you don't see any sign of Zaltea or Ifrit at first, but you do see a little drifting orb of flame that's colored more of a deepish red with flicks of blacks sort of wisping throughout, that sort of drifting about in the air ephemerally overhead.
Is that Zoltea?
You don't know.
Okay, so this is creepy.
But we're definitely being watched. Both of them are here.
And now both of the crystals are here.
Velmarak steps up to Rocket's side, reaches into his shirt a little bit, and then pulls out what most of you recognize, and Rocket you recognize quickly as the shrunk down form of the fire crystal of light in Velmarak's hand. We are here, my liege. Show yourself, so we can set you free from whatever this creature has done to you. A moment passes. And then the lava beneath the crystal starts to bubble and boil. And then this pillar of flame erupts from the magma. A powerful blast of wind and heat radiates outwards from the upsurge, washing over you, sending anything loose sort of billowing in the wind and forcing you to brace yourselves just to stay on your feet. A moment passes, and you see a towering, hulking silhouette slowly marching forward with these long blue horns arcing back from its head and this billowing lion's mane fluttering about in the magma winds. Two lion-like paws for lower feet step out of the magma to crunch on the ground, followed shortly by the rest of the tall and imposing figure that can be none other than Ifrit.
The bull of hell. Oh boy.
You are not welcome here.
Lord Ifrit, we have come in opposition of Diabolos. Yeah. All but one other crystal, barring yours, there is in our possession, as bade to us by your fellows. His darkness reeks across the world. We aim to stop him where you began.
It's as you're saying these things that you see that orb from before sort of drifting down and sort of wandering behind him a bit.
And there would be Zoltea.
As I surmised.
Go ahead and make for me a negotiation check, please, Tom.
Which I'm going to imagine is going to be very difficult because she's probably whispering in his ear.
Yeah, well, I have dice to spare. Oh, not dice, destiny to spare. Oh, close.
Ooh,
Close
that's
to
actually
roll.
really good.
All right, give me
How's
just
that
a
look?
second.
Almighty DM.
All right, so that was a 15.
Yep,
Hmm.
high one.
So you're saying these things, and Ifrit does initially seem to be listening. After a
That was
moment,
count to a roll.
after a moment, though, he sort of shakes his head a bit, and you can see the orb drifting around behind him, gives off another little pulse. What would mortals know of such things?
What he himself has told us, Ramu, Leviathan, Shiva. What we have seen, experienced, the world of the darkness. What happened that night.
Who have sought to revive?
Ifrit's eyes immediately latch onto you, Rocket. What?
I seek to bring back Phoenix. And I know it's possible. I've already started taking the steps to do so.
Make a negotiation check, please.
Okay.
Remember, if you need to up the DC, you can use Destiny for extra D6s.
Again?
You can if you need to.
Like if the
How
first
much
roll
does it cost per?
One
one Destiny per D6.
One destiny for D6.
And
If you need it.
And you can make a roll if you don't think it's high enough. You can add another D6. You don't need to do it all at once.
Okay. Hold on a sec. How do I even have that one open? That one doesn't even. Let's see. Right. Calculator, do I still have that up? So, 18. So, let's see. 9, so that would be 9 altogether.
Wait, what?
Holy
hell.
shit, how many destiny did you spend on that?
7.
Jesus!
You really wanted that to succeed, didn't you?
And that's not even, and did you add your negotiation skill to that?
No.
What's your negotiation?
1.
So that's a total, okay, so that
Oh wait,
explains
3 is my negotiation. So
Okay, so 23.
23. So,
Jesus,
I mean,
okay.
Rocket gets more destiny than any of us, and she's probably got a lot to spare. So I say let her go for it.
Oh yeah,
How
I'm
much
not, I'm-
destiny? How much destiny?
well,
does
it's
that
kind
leave
of
you with?
important to convince him.
yeah, so
Absolutely, I'm not denying that. I'm just wondering how much destiny you have left. For reference.
But
12.
damn.
It's
Alright.
fine. It's absolutely, you had destiny to spare, clearly.
I had 19 after that last battle.
you
God.
didn't even do the 2d6. Hang on, did you do the 2 6s?
It was 2d6 plus 7 additional d6, so it came out to a total of 9.
Yeah, that's it.
Damn.
And it's 23 negotiations. So yeah, beat that.
As you can tell, when it comes to Phoenix, Rocket is clearly passionate.
What?
23
Yeah.
at the moment.
Yeah, so
Wait,
as you're sort of saying that, Rocket, as if to sort of make your point known and clear and prove the veracity of what you're saying, you sort of slowly fan out your wings a little bit. And as you do, if you don't mind me sort of just inserting something here,
Okay.
you reveal that you've kept Phoenix's feathers tucked in the closest parts of your wings to your body. And you show them off, sort of lifting them up. You have 5 in total right now, right?
Yeah, I have all but that last one.
Okay, so on one side you have 3, and on the other side you have 2. You sort of show those off, and Ifrit's eyes lock onto them for a second. Oh. How do you...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
How do you intend to do it? Diabolos consumed her.
By defeating him and reaching out to her. Returning the power to her, using the power of the feathers to revive her. As long as some small part of a phoenix remains, there's always hope for it to be revived.
He thinks over what you said for a moment. You can see the orb drifting behind him a bit more incessantly, but he seems to be ignoring it now.
Yes.
A second passes. And you can see that, there's this brief flicker of reddish around his eyes. Before he blinks, and it fades. And then from deep within his throat, you hear this loud, guttural growl, and he suddenly spins around, claws flashing out, and then snares the orb in his grasp. And the second he does, the flames of that orb suddenly expand outwards. And as they do, you see he has now held by the throat in his hand Zaltea squirming.
7 destiny well spent.
Yep.
She squirms against him for a moment, eye flying wide. What? How? How did you? Did you forget who you're dealing with? Ifrit sort of draws her in real close so that, his face is right in hers. You caught me in a moment of weakness. A mistake I won't repeat. But you forgot one thing. Fire is fire. It matters not from whence it sprung, nor what hand wields it. It all bows to me. And you are no exception. And with that, his mouth pulls wide open, revealing his sharp teeth. Zaltea squirms frantically, trying to get out, but she just can't before his mouth clamps down onto her head and her eye. You hear this muffled, brief pulse of a scream before she falls silent, his teeth digging in with this sound. She falls still and limp in his grasp. And then, with a little flicker, her flames unravel, like ink in a glass of water, and Zaltea disappears.
Welcome back.
Well, this is a more violent version of Beauty and the Beast Enchanted Christmas.
Wow, darkness.
Oh.
Can I say I watch my Disney movies?
Goodness.
You would not believe how long I've waited to have him say that.
Still a better love story than Twilight.
Yes, definitely.
If I may, what exactly did she whisper to you?
She infiltrated my thoughts. The world around me began to twist and change. She made me believe Diabolos had already won. That I was the last one standing. And that the mortals on their way here sought nothing more than to destroy the crystal.
Holding out her crystal of wind, I assure you the others are alive and well. And that
Actually,
creature...
I'm doing the campaign.
What was that?
I'm being yelled at to do the dishes, even though I'm not done yet.
Okay.
And that creature was a mockery of Phoenix created from the battered corpse of Tiamat by one Saran Jun Lil, on and off servant of Diabolos.
Eventually, I'm not done with the campaign yet, please.
Moment passes before Ifrit gives this slow nod and looks back to Rocket. So you intend to see if you can revive Phoenix by defeating Diabolos. Is that
Yes.
right?
Yes, I'm reaching out to her.
I've never been good at such matters. He then sort of looks back towards his crystal for a moment. She has been gone a very long time. I have long since resigned myself to the fact that I'll probably never see her again. I do not hold hope that your plan will succeed. But if nothing else, you do have my gratitude for helping me break free of that pretender's whispering voice.
Well, you're a very capable god. You could have done it even without me. Still, I have every confidence you would have caught her eventually.
Eventually, yes. But she was far from weak. A coward who preyed on my weaknesses.
As I realized with Ixion. She ensnared him for a little while, too.
Ixion, that was Odin's new steed, was it not?
He's outside, actually.
Of course he is. I thought I felt something like that, if only for a moment. What is your name, bird?
Rocket.
He looks to the rest of you slowly. I can sense the other crystals in your possession. It is no ordinary mortals who could earn them from my peers. Nor any normal mortal who could pick their way through my home and reach me as you have.
Oh, with the fate of the world at stake, there's no time to do things by halves.
And the world needs Phoenix more than ever.
Amber's everywhere. The demons. A rebirth sounds good right now.
And nothing will stop us until we accomplish our mission.
Diablos will fall, and Phoenix will rise.
I will believe that when I see it.
You dare not hope, but now that slim you see it, a chance is better than none, right? More than you had 5 minutes ago.
His eyes focus back on Rocket again. You are here for my crystal, then, I take it.
That and the last Phoenix feather. The last true Phoenix feather.
He then turns to Velmarak. Give it to her. Velmarak nods his head, and then turns to you, Rocket, and holds out his hand in the crystal necklace he has. This is his crystal of light. He was entrusted to my tribe for a very long time. If he commands it be passed to you, then so be it.
I appreciate it.
He sort of slips it around your neck, and the moment it sort of comes to rest against your chest, it pulses slightly with energy, and you feel a connection immediately. Do not mistake me. I do not lend you these, nor my power, because you share any traits I admire or resonate with. I do so out of respect for the memory of my sister. He then uncurls his clawed hands back towards the crystal behind him. It pulses with light, drifts forward, and shrinks down to land in his hand. And he holds it out to you.
I walk up.
Right. You step forward and you let it drift down. It shrinks down even further, and it joins the other one, sort of just attaching itself to the necklace. So you have these two little fiery crystals hanging around your neck, one shining brightly with light, and the other seeming to absorb it into darkness.
And then one remained.
I thank you.
Then a moment later, he sort of holds a hand up to his chest, and there's another flicker of orange fiery light. For as he withdraws it back, you see another phoenix feather, the last one you've been sent to collect, held very, very gently between his claws. Know that there will be consequences if you fail. As he holds it down to you.
I do. I know that we could lose everything.
I'm not talking about stopping Diabolos.
Understood.
You have what you came for, and my mind is my own again. You have no further business here, so I bid you take your leave.
I leave you with your memories of your sister. Thank you.
They're all I've had for a very long time. And with that, he turns and walks back into the lava, gradually fading from view.
If it's a promise we can keep, maybe he can make some new ones one day.
Mm-hmm.
And with that,
All right,
not a
so
single crystal remain.
So, for that, for effectively circumventing that boss fight,
It was that 7 Destiny usage that sold it, wasn't it?
yeah, I will give you the rewards as listed on Ifrit's stat block, which is 4 points of destiny for everyone,
Nice.
which is no small amount.
No, I got 17.
You also get 1 mega elixir.
Mika gets. No, Mika has a full inventory. Alistair gets that.
Mm-hmm. Also, that would mean I've earned, holy moly, 5 destiny points in total.
And
for the one on
finally,
the previous one.
Does Rocket get extra destiny because of warrior?
Yeah. In this instance, yeah,
10.
this is from the stat block. And finally, and of course, the true Phoenix feather that joins in Rocket's inventory.
So there's
Six.
all 6 of them.
Yep. And just because, if you'll give me a second, because I'm a little sad and I didn't actually get to whip this out on you guys, I'm going to share with you all Ifrit's stat block, so that you can look at how hard he would have been at your perusal.
Nice. But yeah, so now we have all those Phoenix feathers. We just need to rip the Phoenix out of him and then beat him up with baseball bats.
Be like the scene of that movie where they're just wrecking the crap out of that. I think it was like a CD player or something.
Where have you put the
By the way, does the change happen yet, or does it need a little time?
I would like to discuss that with you one-on-one.
Okay.
As I've
change?
All right, so you now have. So the stat block has been shown to you, I do believe.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a lot.
Ooh! Yeah, I'm really glad we
Well-
didn't get hit by Hellfire.
4,800. Infernal Nail? Of course he has Infernal Nail. What's his finesse? 8. Huh. Well, I could have potentially opposed finesse him.
So yeah, if Alistair had actually tanked Hellfire, all of Alistair's armor and weapons would have been broken. Force, finesse, healing, accuracy, avoidance, all halved. No armor, magic armor. And he would have taken double damage from fire attacks. And the entire area would have been a big fire pit, with us taking 72 points of fire damage each round.
Ouchie.
Thank you, Rocket, for not having us go through that.
Yeah.
We are grateful. No, we are eternally grateful.
And that is why Rocket is best bird.
That she is.
Unfortunately, I
Yeah,
don't
but
think.
let's not count our chickens before our hatch count.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to.
Diablos and our other question enemy is still out there.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to repeat the same use Destiny to convince them trick with them.
Yeah.
I'm also kind of thinking that whenever we get to the final dungeon, we face Saran. We're going to face him first, the second to last boss. He's going to be like revealing whatever his motivation is. Since Diablos doesn't currently have a body yet, I'm kind of predicting that Diablos will kind of permanently borrow his in the end.
All right, so
Have
really
a
quickly.
Mega Elixir.
All right, so really
16
quick.
Destiny.
Okay, so really quickly, we're going to be closing out here in just a bit, but there are a couple little things I want to sort through first. Really quickly, could everyone just tell me their highest attributes from across your 4 primaries, please?
17, which is mind.
Like
17
at,
power.
like at base.
At base,
Yeah. So
13 power.
okay, so everyone's power first.
12.
13.
It's power
Yeah,
Yeah.
just tell me your power real quick.
12.
8.
So 13. Okay, so that remains unchanged. Res.
8.
Res is 10.
11.
10.
That remains unchanged. Dexterity.
8.
20.
14.
10.
Mind.
17.
7.
11.
5.
All right, so, okay, so, thanks for cluing me in on that. So I know that Shiva's stat block is maxed out, and that means I'll be able to handle Ifrit's stat block accordingly, because Rocket, you now have the ability to summon Ifrit.
Ooh.
Now, the way summoning works,
Nice.
you weren't here when we first did this. When we first introduced the system that has only been used like a handful of times.
We've used it once.
Yeah, you've used it like once or twice. So let me just real quickly go over the general gist of how this works. The summoning system is sort of a hybrid between the individual and party summon systems that are listed within the rulebook. In order to summon your Eidolon using your crystals, it costs 8 destiny to do, but the cost can be shared by the entire party, so different party members can pitch in to cover the destiny cost. All summons will require a slow action to summon, and haste does not speed this up, as the length of the summoning is determined not by the summoner's casting speed, but by the time required for the Eidolon to manifest. On the flip side, however, slow will slow down the process, consuming the entirety of the summoner's turn at the end of the slow cast, instead of going off at the beginning of their turn. This is because not only do you have to cast it more slowly, but then you still have to wait for the deity to manifest. Now, when summoning, only the designated summoner needs to complete the slow action. So, you complete your slow action, your Eidolon will be summoned, your character will disappear from the battlefield, and the Eidolon will temporarily replace them for 3 rounds.
Okay.
All Eidolons have the highest stats it can from across the party. They will remain for 3 rounds, as I said. They can be dismissed at any time, of course, and so long as they haven't done anything that will dismantle it, they can use what is called their astral flow, or their ultimate attack, like Bahamut's Mega Flare, or Leviathan Tsunami, or Ifrit's Hellfire. You can only summon your Eidolon once per day, and I'll patch up and do up the Ifrit stat block for you here, probably after the session is over.
And you can only have one Eidolon at a time.
Yeah. Only one Eidolon can be on the field at any given time. And finally, I'm pretty sure we had talked about this before, the passive bonus you get for having acquired Ifrit's patronage is you now take half damage from fire.
Ooh, where do I put that?
That would be in, do you see where it says, let me scroll up here, where it says special resist immune weak? It's near the top. So on the right-hand side, opposite your armor and magic armor slot, just below your force and finesse.
Low force and finesse. Special immune resist weak.
Yep, in the box just below that, you would add, next to the immune to shadow, wait, no, it's not 50% from fire, it's just straight up immunity to fire.
So wait, Rocket can't be burned now?
She cannot be burned now. So long as she possesses Ifrit's crystals and has his approval, she cannot be hurt by fire damage.
Nice.
She's closer and closer to being Phoenix.
Indeed. And thanks to her armor, she doesn't take shadow damage either.
I'm wondering if we're going towards a plot twist that Phoenix, Rocket becomes Phoenix, so to speak.
She's certainly starting to look like Phoenix a little bit. With the embers
There
drifting out
might
of her.
be a possibility of that, but it all depends on how things go.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, if Rocket becomes Phoenix, like, the original Phoenix can never come back, and, like, Rocket's become...
It's not that I'm thinking of. It's that she might have to give up her body to bring back Phoenix.
Aww.
Yeah,
Either way.
which is
Either that
sad,
or
but
it'll
it's a
be,
possibility.
I already
a mini Phoenix situation where Phoenix decides to just give you her power and let you become the new Phoenix.
Well, I already kind of know what I'm gonna be doing with all that, so you can speculate all you want, but I've had my plan for this set for like years.
if that happens, then that means in campaign 2 and beyond, Rocket can absolutely turn up because she will outlive all of us.
Don't get your hopes up for that.
I would show up in the next campaign too.
Anyway, so as is, with all of that, Vilmarak turns to the rest of you. Well then, shall we get out of here?
Right, we need to get back to the airship and take Kyra to get medical attention.
Right.
What a resupply couldn't hurt.
Not to mention your other friends.
Hopefully, Odin has found them by now.
No
Let's
doubt
rush
he
to the
has.
entrance.
Yeah, this would be a good place to cut it off because they've been yelling at me to do the dishes.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, crystals in your possession, you rally yourselves a bit, and you move to exit the Hellfire Pit. The flames sort of flickering a bit behind you, and it's as you're going that you notice the flames and the lava starting to gradually darken and slow and solidify. As with the power of the crystal of darkness now bound to rocket, instead of permeating the entire mountain, the chaotic elements, the breakdown of reality has ceased, and the lava flows that had flown at Ifrit's command now fall cold and quiet and dead. And that's where we'll pick up next time.
Hey.
Which is fine,
so-
because I'm still struggling to figure out what I want to do immediately following this. So,
Well, I imagine what's going to happen is we're going to go back. Kara's going to get medical attention in Volia. We're going to speak of Odin, and Odin's going to spirit us off, so to speak, to Bahamut.
Okay, well,
Okay, guys, Lumina really needs to go, so let's
Yeah,
save all
so-
that for afterwards.
so, yeah. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, so much for tuning in. It was loads of fun. We will see you guys next time. Until then, keep listening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Letters.
Bye, everyone.
Rock is Whispered.
That she is. She saved your asses is what she did. Well played. Well
Yep.
played.
All right. Well, I need to go. Bye.
Bye.